Hi guys, my name is Elsie, your sexy, stylish, savvy, invented after 40, phenomenal single mom. To my returning subscribers, thank you, welcome. And if you're new on this channel, this is the Reinventing After 40 channel. The aim of this channel is to work with you as your reinventing body through your reinventing process, whether it's in one aspect of your life or your life as a whole. If this resonates with you, if this is something that you think you're on, please do subscribe, join our community, please like this video. Also, turn on your post notifications so that anytime a new video drops, you are in the know. Yeah, T for thank you. So today, the topic of this video is a letter to my younger self. We've all this channel is for people who have been on earth long enough to realize there are things that we wish we did differently, things that we could have done differently, things that we wish we did differently, people in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And I thought to myself, what is that one thing that I wish I could have told myself? Maybe I wasn't fortunate enough to have maybe the right people in my life to guide me differently, to tell me what I could have, should have done differently. But now this is me in my 40s. What is that one thing that I would like to tell the younger Elsie, the Elsie at 25? So this is my letter to me at 25. And I hope this inspires us to be able to think about it. What would we have told our younger selves? What this does is it gives you clarity, because what you could have told your younger self, you can still find a way to tell your future self, or it's also a good platform for you to take stock. And I would like to presume you're mentoring someone, be it your children, be it a younger, be it a niece or a nephew. So with that knowledge of what you wish you knew differently, penned down on paper or, in a tablet or some device, what are you able to offer a younger person who's looking up to you or who you're mentoring? Yeah, that's the essence of this. So without further ado, let's go into my letter to me at 25. Dear 25-year-old me, hi baby girl, I see you living your best life. Well done. You're the life of the party, and that's super cool. I love how you enter a room and own it, unbothered who's there. Not in a bad way, but in a way that makes you stand out and be your own person. You're a confident young lady. Kudos. But unfortunately, you would get carried away, thinking the bliss and easy life is going to be forever. Oh, I wish you knew to make better choices in this year 2005. You are going to make big decisions. Unfortunately, they are not all going to be the best choices for you. But I believe in you. You are a strong girl. That strength is going to be tested, my love. People who you love and presently think have got your back are going to let you down real bad too. You're relocating, which you think is the best thing now, is going to crumble. Why? Because you're going to return to your vomit, which was one thing you shouldn't have done. But I'm not there to tell you these things, and unfortunately, you are without a mentor. That's definitely one thing you didn't get right. No mentoring. You were supposed to go back and be focused. No, scratch that. You weren't even supposed to go back. But okay, you are going to. Next best decision would have been to plan out a career path, get certified as a chartered accountant, and use those connections that you have to climb the ladder in that industry. Sadly, you don't. In the coming year, you will be with child, and him, baby daddy, he's going to leave you in the dust of your love, or what you thought was love. Well, life goes on though. Out of that hot mess is going to come one of your best gifts, your daughter. She's going to make you know what true love is finally. I respect that you didn't get bitter at the process. Your strength shines through as you show gratitude that out of something so bad has come something so precious. I can't tell you that things will get better immediately. The single parenting journey would be hard. Spoiler alert. You are going to lose your brother, your best friend. But your fighting spirit keeps you going, thankfully. Even with all you have gone through, you are not bitter, and you never held on to grudges. This I have realized, Elsie, is one of your superpowers, girl. You are going to be judged and probably mocked by many near and dear. Keep pushing. Because indeed there is light at the end of this tunnel, but only after you start to confront the many things you ran away from and swept under the carpet. Now you know that's never a sustainable solution. You are going to hit rock bottom. And then boom, like the phoenix that you are going to rise from your ashes, reinvented after 40. I love you and I'm rooting for you. My next letter would be congratulatory. You would be older and wiser. And then I assure you, you would be better. Catch you then. Love, your older self. So the idea of this is, I bet you I didn't say everything I could have said. I didn't cover as much ground. But for me, I think what I would take away from that particular letter is the acceptance of the fact that I realized that I repeatedly did in the course of growing up is I went back to my vomit. And some of you would say, what does that mean? What does it mean to go back to your vomit? It simply means going back to things that didn't serve you or things that don't serve you, especially with, it's either in a relationship, sometimes with a friendship. When people have shown you their real color, this is how I am, this is who I am. But then if you have a good heart like I did, you think, oh, okay, so they did this before, maybe they won't do it again. No, honey, you don't want to do that. Like, forgive. I'm all for forgiveness. If you did look at the video that I discussed, how forgiveness is a very important part of your reinventing process because it's just too much baggage. So yes, I understand the place of forgiving, but I assure you that you forgive someone does not in any way require you to go back into a relationship with them. So in my letter to myself at 25, yes, I realized that I did it a lot, or I did it in a particular instance which led to my having my first daughter. You know, it was just the right mess. But I find that even after I learned the fact that it was wrong, I wasn't aware of the fact that was what I did or that I shouldn't do it. There's so many toxic friendships that we go into. People have shown you their real color, and you keep revisiting that relationship. You forgive them. You must forgive. You must forgive everybody. But it's not everybody that you forgive that you must go back into a tight-knit relationship with. So really, that's what it is. From this letter, what I wrote to my younger self that I must abide by, if that's the word, or something that I know that I must strive to make sure that I do not continue doing is going back to my vomit. I mean, goodness, it's crazy. It's been in that same period. So when I felt pregnant with my first daughter, I had a flatmate, a roommate, and Jesus, that girl did me shaky. And things that she did and the attributes, it just makes me really weary, that's a better word, of people from that part. So it was different instances. She had done a lot of shady stuff before I realized I was pregnant, right? And when I found out I was pregnant, I was keeping the pregnancy. This girl went about spoiling my, I mean, like the kind of things I heard about myself when I went out, this was supposed to be my friend, you know? So anyways, fast forward to many years later, I think about 7 years later, she calls me, she apologizes, and I'm thinking, oh, you know, it's not a big deal, she's apologized. Geez, I mean, in literally 2021, 2022, I didn't keep a really close friendship with this girl, but I let her into my space, and she showed herself again. And the only thing I could think about at that point in time was, you girl, you knew better. This was not one person you should have been in bed with. I mean, fortunately, it wasn't devastating or anything, but that's just an example or a case in point of how I must tell my future self that, you know, someone you realize is toxic, let it go, whatever it is that they've done for you, but do not get back in bed with someone who, for lack of a better word, is your vomit. Be it a relationship, be it a friendship. Sometimes, as I said in the previous video, which the link will be there, even if it's family, you give your distance to bad energy. You give your distance to people who have actually shown themselves, you know, to be whatever it is that they are. You just don't let them back into your space. Anyways, that's the advice that I'm going to give my future self from the letter that I wrote to my, you know, younger self, right? So what is the letter you're writing to your younger self? What is the thing that you're telling your younger self that you can glean from, or you can take a mental note of and tell people, you know what, I did this and I could have done better? And that's the whole concept of what this writing a letter to your younger self is. I remember I was talking to a young lady that I was mentoring, and I said, okay, so you're young and there isn't anything necessarily you want to tell your younger self. I mean, you're what, 22? What is the letter you want to write to your older self, so that you're conscious of what you want to achieve? You're conscious of the milestones and the timing of these milestones, because it's going to guide you. If you have a letter to your older self that, hey, hi, this is me at 25 writing to you at 40. I hope you're, like, we don't have a control on life per se, but because we're not God and all of that, but it's good to have an idea of where you want to go to. And I mean, they say if you aim for the sky, you might hit a star, you might not necessarily get to but you're going to go far enough. It's going to be a guiding light for you getting to somewhere close to your destiny, if not hitting your destiny, while some people actually surpass their destiny. So yes, anyways, that's it for today. The end of my video. Write a letter to your younger self. If you're young and you're watching this, write a letter to your older self. If you're old, write a letter to your older self. If you are not already subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please hit the subscribe button. Join the community of people reinventing after 40. I'm hoping that you have turned on your notification button, so the next time a video drops, you are in the know. So subscribe, like the video. Till next time, I remain your reinventing body. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.